BPD is a mental illness categorized by difficulties regulating emotion. This leads to impulsivity, poor relationships, and self-destructive behavior. Many people with BPD fear abandonment. They can also engage in destructive behaviors like self-harm and suicidal thoughts. In 1967, a psychologist named Kernberg defined the borderline as in between psychotic and narcotic. It's borderline both. That's where it gets the name. And in 1980, borderline personality disorder entered the DSM-3. Many professionals don't like the name borderline personality disorder because it doesn't describe the disorder. But nothing else exists, so this is what we got. There are many symptoms to BPD, including efforts to avoid abandonment, unstable personal relationships, poor self-image, impulsive behaviors, inappropriate anger, dissociative feelings, and depressed mood. It's very hard to diagnose someone with borderline personality disorder because there's so many other symptoms that can be way many other things. A lot of people with borderline personality disorder get misdiagnosed as either bipolar or depressed, which symptoms are very similar, but it's not the same. One of the most common coping mechanisms that someone with borderline personality disorder has is called splitting. Splitting is when you split something, either yourself or others, into either a positive category or a negative category. Let's do an example. Say you're sitting next to someone with borderline personality disorder. You're best friends with them, you've been through so much. This person is really happy with you. Then you say something that's not so good. Now, a good person like yourself is turned into a negative person in this person's eyes. Either you're all good or you're all bad. They don't remember all the good things that you've done in their life. They are only focusing on those bad things. They split the person, as well as they do this with themselves. If other people are giving me positive feedback, that means I'm a good person. But if other people are giving me negative feedback, that means I'm a negative person. There's no in between. There are 3 million cases per year of borderline personality disorder. It is more common than schizophrenia. BPD is 1.6% of our population has it, where schizophrenia is only 1%. That's a lot of people. 1 in 5 people in psychiatric hospitals have BPD, and 1 in 10 people who are doing outpatient treatment programs have BPD. It is the most commonly treated illness in the clinical setting. They used to say that women are more likely than men to have BPD, but currently the research shows that men are just as likely to have it than women. The reason that people thought this was because women were getting diagnosed more than men were, and men were not getting diagnosed with it. So right now, the climate is it's an equal balance of men and women. So how could someone get BPD? What causes it? There's not an answer for that because it could be a lot of different things. Currently, right now, there's no gene that's found or a biological component that causes BPD. Right now, people are thinking that if you have a traumatic experience or you are in hectic situation or hostile situation for long periods of time, that could cause it. They also found that the brains of people with BPD are different than the normal population. This could be why they have a hard time regulating their emotions and moods, and they have an impulse problem. There is so much treatment out there for people who have this disorder. DPD, CBT, workshops, support groups, coping skills, and I'll leave some links down below for some treatments if you're interested. But how long does treatment take? I don't got all day, people. How long does treatment take? I asked my psychology professor this because she runs her own clinic for people with this disorder, and she says it can take up to 7 years. But everyone is different. She says that she's seen people get better in a year, up to 7 years. If you are struggling right now and you think that you have BPD or you do have it, I want to let you know that there is so much hope for recovery. Here are some things that you can do to get better. You can learn about your illness. The more we learn about the illnesses that we have or we think we have, the better it will be, because then you know what's going on with your body, you know what's going on with your mind, and you know the types of treatments and coping skills and things to do to get yourself better. Recognize your triggers. Your therapist can help you with this, because the more we recognize our triggers and what stresses us out, the easier it will be to cope with it. Seek help. I cannot say this enough. If you feel like you have this disorder or you do have it and you're really struggling right now, there is no shame in reaching out for help, talking to somebody about it, a family member, a friend, or a professional. There's so much research in this disorder, and you are not alone. Get that support system around you, your family, your friends, your professional, and create a support system for your recovery. Practice a ton of self-care, things that make you feel good. Do things that make you feel good and relax you. And don't blame yourself. You didn't ask to have this illness. No one asks to have an illness, but you have this, and you are strong enough to get through it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would like to thank my patrons for supporting me and helping me continue make videos. If you would like to be a patron, I do a lot of fun things on Patreon. If you have any questions about my Patreon, go over to my Patreon. Check it out. See if you'll like it. I love you guys. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.